Hi everyone, I'm Tentacool and this is my island Shadow K. A few days ago I posted my map on Reddit and I got a lot of reaction and comments to do a video tour, and so I apologize that it took some time, but I am finally getting around to that video tour, and so I'm excited to show you around my island. So without further ado, coming out of my airport, this is my entry area. It's framed by two waterfalls and statues and trees, and I actually have OCD, and so everything needs to be equal and balanced and symmetrical and all of that, and so I did my best to do that, even though I feel like the map is inherently like off-centered. But yeah, as you can tell right away, I do only the stone paths in my island. I have a custom design overlaid on top of the stone path just to make my life more difficult. I do the iron stone fencing, and I have a lot of black and white flowers as my main aesthetic. I didn't mean for it to be gloomy, but I like it. It's very cobblestoney, Englishy, Londony. I don't know. I know I don't live there and I sound probably really ignorant, but like I like how it looks. I purposely try to make you want to go down the center of this, invite you in. And so if I have guests and whatnot, friends, family, whatever, coming right away, I have a little shopping plaza for you, and so my stores are right here along with a crafting bench, so it's very convenient if you're selling the hot item or like just needing to replace a tool. Over here is my Able Sisters. I also have my own designs that I made out. I have a lot of Harry Potter designs, and I have a ton of Star Trek stuff that I made, and a couple of things from The Last of Us Part 1. So if you're interested, I can post my creator code and you can download anything you want. Let me know if you want me to come hang anything up in your store. Back here, I continue with the theme of shops or stores, and so this is a restaurant that actually exists in the real world. It's called Homegrown, and it's in the Seattle, Washington area. It's a sustainable farm-to-table restaurant, and I loved it. We ate here like 3 out of 4 days, and so I was obsessed with the salads and the sandwiches and how fresh and delicious everything was, and so if I could make my island anything that I wanted, I brought Homegrown to it. So yeah. A lot of people were like, what is Homegrown? Because I'd labeled my map and people were like, what is that? And I'm like, it's a restaurant, and so I'll show you, and that's what it is. And so next door is a plant shop. I know I don't have every single plant probably in the game yet, but I have a pretty good representation of some of them, along with the succulents and the little cacti and like the moss ball and stuff. I even have bags of soil, so I try to make this as realistic as possible. Continuing up, down the center of my map is my little orchard area. I have the native fruit of the pear. I seem to always have the pear. I had the pear in New Leaf, I had the pear on GameCube, and so I'm like, dang it, I didn't get a cool fruit because I have pears again. I didn't put them in my orchard because I don't care about pears. Not to be mean, but it's like, it's not that lucrative, and so I have 10 of each tree. That is foreign fruit to me, and so this is my little orchard, and I think it's really nice. The trees are staggered, so like you can see that beetle back there. It's nice. They used to be in rows, and it was like impossible, and when I heard that July bugs were all going to be on trees, I was like, so I had to redo this, but it looks a lot better now. A lot more airy. Back here is my infinity pool area. It's just really cool and relaxing. I like how it, bleeds into the ocean, basically. We've got some coconut juice and some poolside tables going on. And there's a fish in the water, so I'm gonna fish in my pool. Be right back. Don't mind me. So this is this third. It's like the main central area that I want people to like go down and see, or like it's just more accessible. And so you can kind of tell on my map that I have 3 main thirds of it, and so this is kind of the shopping and entry area. Over here on this third is my house. I have 2 houses because I'm a shopaholic and I'm obsessed with the clothes in this game, and so when Able Sisters came, I ran out of storage real fast. I also hoard all my insects and bugs that are like kind of known to be more cash which is more lucrative, and so I keep everything for the NPCs. And so my storage filled up in a hot minute, and so they luckily allow you to make another house and more characters. And so I have 2 houses. I kind of did a yin-yang theme here with the black and the white and the balance again. This is my little patio. I'm Englishy in real life. I really want to write a book one day, and I'm an English teacher, or used to be. And so this is... I love all the book accessories in this game. I love that literacy is being represented. And so this is my patio. These are my houses. I will go in them in a moment. I'm going to continue going on because I think I take way too long talking about my house. But anyway, up from my houses are the kind of the English garden that you saw flying in. I just call it the English garden. I don't really know. It's more of a trend than it is an actual definition, but I think of it with the hedging and like the statues and the fountain and stuff. It's very like green space Shakespearean, and so I think of it Englishy because of Shakespeare. It frames KK Slider really nicely. Actually, that was a happy accident, but here's my plaza. My flag is the Enterprise D from Star Trek. I love it, and so I made it because I couldn't find a flag, so I just made one. Beside my plaza is a little concert hall, basically so KK could actually perform and not just be all hipster with his guitar, but that's fine too. So if any musical guest comes through, I have a stage for them to perform, and I collected all the instruments in black except I couldn't find the drums, but gray was a really close second or alternative. Here has the stadium seating too, and I think it's fun because you get like a really nice view of the stage when you sit up there. Beside the concert venue is a little coffee shop to refresh yourself after or before the show. I made a coffee shop the first thing. That was the first design thing that I did when I got the game. I'm like, coffee is the finest organic suspension ever devised, and so this is my little shop. Down here's my Tiki bar. This used to exist on the beach, but it kind of got in the way with fishing and running and bugs. So I moved it up into the mainland just so it was out of the way. It's still very functional. I have KK, or Surfing KK right now, or Island KK. It's Island KK. Oh my god. But anyway, I go back and forth between the songs. The other day Tiki was sitting here drinking a little smoothie and it was so cute. Over here is my dock. I just put some of the fishing tournament stuff out. My fish drying rack, of course, have octopus because I am Tentacool, and that is logical. So, yeah. Over here, behind my concert venue, oh, I didn't really look up, did I? I want to show you. Yeah, I'm obsessed. Guitars. Oops. I bought all of them. Anyway, over here is my mega garden, and if you couldn't guess by the name of it, it's every single flower in the game. This is my proudest little piece of my island because it took so much patience and like perseverance to get through this, because I really struggled getting the purple flowers. I never found flower islands, so I didn't get the hybrid mums or anything to help me. I had to start with the primary colors, the red, the white, and the yellow, and do all of this. And so it took forever. I've been working on this since release. Blue and purple were my nemesis, the purple hyacinths especially. These were the last to fall into place, along with the purple pansies and windflowers, cosmos. I actually got the green mums like nobody's business. Like, that was the easier thing for me. But those and the blue roses, oh my gosh, it took so long, and I wanted to give up, and then finally, the first one sprouted, and I was like, okay, I got this. So I'm really proud of them. And I just like doing laps here. I have like the floor lights that are matching whatever color flower they are near, which is fun, especially in the nighttime when you can see the floor lights a little bit better. But I just go up and down this because I'm obsessed with the flowers and the colors and how beautiful and how it came together really nicely. Back here, I have a little art setup. I also have a crafting bench, and I provide materials for my guests in case their tool breaks and they didn't bring anything over. They don't need to shake trees or run around and getting stuff, it's all right there for them. Behind my mega garden is my museum, and it kind of parallels my entryway with the dual waterfalls on either side. I also have one in the center because, gosh darn it, the museum had to be an odd number of squares. It's 7 by 5, I believe. And so it was a pain in the butt to try to make this look centered, especially with the ramps being 2 wide instead of 3 wide. Being 3 wide would have fixed everything, but whatever. So it took a lot of time to get this right and moving things around, and so I'm proud of this area as well as the garden, because it just, I want the museum to be grand because they did such a good job making it look realistic in this game. Like, it's gorgeous. The aquarium room is amazing. The details on the floor in the fossil room, and you know, the butterfly room. I love it. I'm obsessed with it, and so I'm proud of this area because, you know, each model took 3 bugs, and that takes time. That takes Flick, and Flick doesn't come that often, and so it took a lot of patience, and I wanted to pay tribute to this area because I love the museum. It's great. Behind here, I wanted to open up my secret beach because now that Red is actually porting here, I wanted to make it accessible, and so I give him a little decorations back here. He is a wanted criminal because he's selling fake art and he probably stole the real art, and so that's for him. These are like the only pear trees I have. I have 6 of them. It's fine. So this is that third. I'll go over here really quick to the other side of my map. This is my residential area, and I'm going to pull up my map really quick so you can see who actually lives here. So I have my 2 characters. I really just play my main one, but anyway, I have a kind of a cat island. I'm not going full cat island because I like a lot of the residents. So as you can see, I have Bob, Kabuki, Rosie, Anka, Lolly, and Tangy, Meringue, Molly, Ellie, and Fauna. And so I'm going to keep it 4 and 6. It's working. I mean, I really like Kiki, and I really want Kiki, but my husband has Kiki, and so I'm just letting him because we have a black cat, and we have a cat named Kiki, and so we have 2 different cats with, like, represented by 1 character in this game, which is really cool. But for my residential areas, I went with the buddy system yards, so I did the shared yards to decorate them and to kind of consolidate on space. I give every single resident a flower profile of color. And so they have white, so this is Fauna and Molly. Behind them is Rosie and Tangy, my 2 peppy pop stars. I also try to give them a little pond because I noticed that all the NPCs kind of like just pop a squat no matter where they are if they're by water. And so I wanted everybody to have a little piece of water in their land because that seems serene and peaceful. And then they can sit on their property instead of like being in the middle of the path. Back here is Lolly and Anka. And Lolly has decided to be a Slytherin, which I do not agree with. Back here is Bob and Kabuki. They have a very Asian and Zen kind of yard. I gave Bob cat grass because that's the only way I can explain him running around in airplane mode like all the time. He's adorable and I love him. He's the best. And then back here is, oh, he's singing. Okay, hi. And he's a Gryffindor. That's hilarious. Anyway, this is Ellie and Meringue, and they are very bookish, just like me, and I totally understand their desire to have a home library, and so I gave them an outdoor library space so they could sit and read by their little water. Behind their houses is my rock and zen garden. I moved my rocks to be all in one space. This isn't the first or second or third time I've moved all my rocks, and people have done this know that it's very tedious because you have to cover every single square on your island with something so they don't spawn. So I'm really proud of this space. It's very peaceful. I think it looks gorgeous in this light, as well as the light in the morning when it's kind of more blue hues instead of the reds and pinks. But the sunset's always so beautiful in this game. I have the custom pass to make the sand look all raked and pretty. This is how I hit the rocks, in case you were wondering. I just pull the furniture up and down. It seems to work well enough. If you're only going to hit them once a day, it's not that big of a deal to move things. I think it's not much different than digging holes. And then over here is just some trees, and then I have some extra flowers up there. Because I'm the flower pusher, or the petal pusher is what I say, for the hybrids, because my family and my friends really like the purple and blue flowers, so I always try to keep some on hand. Over here you kind of got a peeky-poo of what this is. This is my wedding venue. I had a destination wedding in real life, and these were actually kind of my colors. I had like the salmon pink, or like peachy pink, and then it was white and very earthy, beachy. And so that's the reception area, and then this is the ceremony area. I try to do the white instruments to match the furniture and to match the beachy theme. Yeah, this is kind of actually the scale of what my wedding was, because it was very small, very intimate, and beautiful, and perfect in every way. So I wanted to represent that on my island because I love the ocean. I got married by the ocean, and my anniversary is actually coming up this month, so my first year. I know I could have customized these, but that is why I didn't, because they look like my wedding, or the closest thing to it. Down here is my farm to pay tribute to Stardew Valley, which is my roots of farming simulator games. I love that game. I played way too much of it and still do. I have the little mum cushions for like the cabbage and the little watermelon balls, beach balls. And so it's cute, it's simple, and I think logistically it makes sense because I have a farm to table restaurant, and so I need to actually have the farm to provide the food. And then last but not least is my campground. I have a heart pond down here. Another waterfall. If you couldn't tell, I really do like the running water aesthetic here. A ukulele and some lanterns and a little table for picnicking and reading and playing games. If we were camping, my family would be playing a ton of card games and board games and stuff. My dad would be hopping over the fire in his underwear probably because he was nuts. But yeah, that's that area. And then I just have a tiny little picnic area down here. Again, I try to not put a lot of things on the beach because right now in July and through August, everything is spawning on the coconut trees. And so I don't want things to interfere with catching bugs because there's a lot of rare beetles and stags that are kind of difficult and their sensitivities are really high. Like the Hercules. But I have a little things, like little decorations scattered throughout, but nothing extreme. Hi, Molly. And so over here, I'm gonna go back here because I promised that I would go through my houses. My tour is also very long and I don't want to take up a ton of your time, but that is the layout of my island. And then these are my houses. And so I really like decorating. It's the whole reason I played The Sims so many hours, because I just like decorating with furniture and wallpaper and things. And so the custom design tool has been my best friend in this game because it just provides like infinite options. So this house has a lot of brown and like subdued colors, and I try to utilize the space creatively because this square is like super annoying because you just either have a lot of space on one side or you have to do this or something. So anyway, I try to be creative. You'll see me use space differently in each house. So that's my main room, which, you know, might change because I decorate a ton. This is my bathroom, and I'm really proud of this bathroom, and I wish that I had it in actual real life because it just looks so chill in here. Very peaceful. With the cloud flooring. I finally got the cloud flooring so I could do this misty, awesome sauna thing. I try to pull the blue up with the accessories so it's not just so random in here. But But yeah, I can go over here and change my look, and I can change my clothes, and I can wash my clothes. And I did a walk-in shower instead of this shower stall because it's a beach house. I don't want to be tracking sand everywhere, and so realistically I wanted to just break up the space and kind of do that, which is what I saw in California when I was out there getting married. And so I kind of just brought little details into the game that I noticed in real life. So that's the bathroom. Back here is the office. And my dream, just like Meringue's and just like Ellie's, is to have a library room. And so this is getting there. Eventually it will be full of bookshelves. But I have my fireplace and my little degree and different awards that I have. I'll pop into the camera mode so you can see those. So I have the Stamp Rally plaques as well as the Home Association plaques, just to make this office look even more distinguished and posh, along with my original Da Vinci over here. So yeah, that's my office. If anybody has a desktop computer that isn't pink and wants to trade for pink, let me know, because I don't think the pink computer really fits in there. Over here is just another ironwood kitchen. However, I'm very, very proud of my ironwood kitchen because it took me a very long time to get the DIYs for. Like, my mom was the first person to get the cutting board, and I was like, oh my god, make me a gazillion, and she literally made me like 20. But yeah, I again break up the space differently in here than the other rooms, kind of having an upper deck and a lower area for the table and eating. I love cooking and baking in real life, so I wanted my kitchen to be very detailed. I utilize every single counter space with an accessory because, yeah, I love food. I also really like plants, and so I have a ton of plants in this house. I wish that I was more of a green thumb in real life, but I kill all things that are plant life. I don't know why I can't keep plants alive. It'll change. Maybe one day. Up here is the master. I have the antique set in black, which is really just an espresso brown color. I have my little pupper. I do, again, break up the space and give myself kind of a walk-in closet vibe over here. So when you're at the right angle and zoomed in, it's like, oh, what's over here? I don't know. And then you go over here and you're like, oh, it's a closet. Cool. So I have my vanity, I have my wardrobe, I have a safe because I have so many bells, you know, and I don't trust that Nook Crook guy. Just kidding. Latest collection is the wetsuits, and so everybody's sending me different wetsuits. So I can expand on my clothes because, like I said, I'm a shopaholic, and I needed a whole second house because of how many clothes I had. Take notes, husband. No, I'm kidding. Down here is my art studio room. It's like the one place that I have kind of some chaos because creative spaces are chaotic, and so I kind of try to make it look like any art classroom or like artist studio that I've seen. I have some pottery going, modeling clay and painting sets, a lot of easels and tools and stuff because it's just like a crazy room with the paintball wallpaper and flooring. I really like it. It's just a little pop of color and a little like craziness in my order because everybody needs a spot where they can just be like insanely unorganized. So that is this house, and then I'm gonna go through the other one really quickly. It's a lot different. I have a lot of subdued and earthy tones in this house, and then this second one is the complete contrary. It's like the opposite of everything that you just saw. Bam! So this is the second house, and I just like decorating, and so I'm trying to use space very differently in this house, and so I divide it in half and do a living room, office, and kitchen in one. I was getting a lot of yellow furniture, and it didn't fit in the other place, and so I like it in here. It's so bright and so pretty and so different, but it's also very me. I painted my bedroom yellow in high school, and so I love yellow. I love really bright, bold colors, even though, like, my personal, like, if you looked at me and knew me, it's just, like, very opposite of what you would expect. This is a work in progress. this whole house is really a work in progress, except that main room I'm really proud of. But this is a little arcade room. I need a cool wallpaper or something. I have the little fighting games and the arcade games, but I don't like them because they're really loud and I don't really have space for them in that room. So I might play with that a little bit. Oh, and I wanted to do the whole like, woo, because I have stuff on the walls. Back here is the bedroom. It's not super awesome, but it's just a bedroom. Slowly collecting all of this like wicker looking furniture, carrying out the yellow theme with my little plushies. I love the little plushies. I think they're so cute. I didn't know you could customize them at first, and then I discovered that you could, and now I want all of them, so I'm working on that. And then over here is the bathroom. It's kind of flip-flop from the other house. Same idea, not as cool because I don't have the cloud flooring or the fun running bathtub, but I do like the clawfoot tubs. I also wish I had a clawfoot tub. I wish I had a lot of things that I have in Animal Crossing. Like millions of bells. Not actual bells, but like dollars. And then up here is another space. It's like another creative space. This instead is a music room instead of an art room. I eventually want to get all the KK albums and put them on the wall and make it all cool and crowded and crazy, and I'm a collector, so that is this room. Again, not the best, most exciting thing in the world, but it's coming together slowly but surely. So anyway, that is my island. This is Shadow K. Again, I'm Tentacool, and I'm starting to actually probably stream from my consoles now that I have the technology. I hope that you enjoyed this tour, and looking around my island, I hope you get inspired to do different areas, or like, you know, change some things that you're not happy with in your island. Don't nuke your island. Don't feel pressure. Like, I know a lot of people are like, I gotta restart every single time I see something cooler than my island, and like, stop the comparison, because like the comparison is gonna drive you crazy. It took me 10 to 12 different island layouts to end here. It took millions of bells. It took very, very late nights. And I'm finally happy with it. So do what makes you happy. Don't stop until you're proud of it. And, you know, keep going. Keep playing. It's meant to be fun. It's not meant to be pressure. And so make your island awesome for you and nobody else, okay? Again, I'll try to put all the creator codes in my information. If there's something that you see that I don't include, just reach out to me and I will try to go track it down in my collection of codes all over social media. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.